Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Thor Love and Thunder, the Korg Build-A-Figure Wave, all MCU figures. This is the Ravager Thor figure. This is probably going to be one of the most popular in the wave because this one's just kind of ridiculous, but it has the awesome unhelmeted head sculpt for Thor. Now, I know people have already tried this, but this head sculpt will fit onto this figure here, so that will actually be really cool. I will try some other head sculpts to see if they work on this new Thor figure as well, but this is the one that I definitely want to see how that works, and I know a lot of people have been waiting to see that. That's why it's going to be in this review, because that head comes with that figure, of course. So looking at it, we have a Stormbreaker that he comes with, which we already got in this wave with the other Thor figure. So it's pretty crazy that we get two Thors in the same wave, or Odin's Son Thors at least. And they have the same exact accessories. The paint looks a little bit different on that one though, which is pretty cool. So we'll talk about that because that one is better. So it's just kind of funky how that all worked out. Looks like we have an arm for Korg. We get the Thor Love and Thunder logo there. The teaser trailer was released the morning that I recorded this, which was Monday morning. This is now my Monday evening is while I'm recording, but the teaser trailer released Monday morning, so it was pretty cool. We got to see a little bit of Ravager Thor actually in the teaser trailer, so we have a look at him there. We get that broken up Mjolnir, the reforged Mjolnir there. Marvel's Korg Build-A-Figure there. Looking at the back of the package, we see Thor wielding Stormbreaker there. The bio reads, Ravager Thor. Thor wields the mighty Stormbreaker against a terrifying new foe. That's got to be Gore, right? We've taken a look at the first four figures in the wave already. Now we're going on to the Ravager Thor, Star-Lord, and Groot before we look at Korg and the Build-A-Figure. So without further ado, let's get this guy out of the package. Okay, so here is the Ravager Thor figure out of the package. And yep, this is a really good one. I think this is going to be one of the better figures in the wave that I think a lot of people are going to go for. I think the bright blue and gold of the armored Thor figure is really going to throw off people, and then the helmet is just kind of crazy. Even though this is an awesome figure, I'm telling you guys, this one is great. I think this Thor figure is definitely going to be one that people are really going to want to pick up. It's got an interesting design to it. You know, the jacket, the sleeveless jacket, vest, thing, the jeans, the old school looking classic bands wrapped around the boots there, super old school classic Thor looking there. The pinless elbows on this guy, the pinless knees, really good figure. Later I'll take a look to see if we could take this vest off. I'm pretty sure it comes off, and then he just kind of has the wife beater tank top on underneath. He comes with a Stormbreaker, and he comes with the, what is this? This is the left arm to the Korg Build-A-Figure, and it looks pretty good. I see some separation in there. Oop. I wonder if that's actually supposed to happen. Probably not. Probably shouldn't be that loose, but damn, that's not good. Look at that. A couple of figures with some bad left arms already with Korg and King Valkyrie for me. So that kind of sucks, but we'll put this off to the side there, and we'll take a look at the Korg Build-A-Figure after we look at the last few remaining figures of the wave. But let's get in for a closer look at the Stormbreaker so I can show you the difference with this one compared to the other one that we got in the wave, and then we'll take a closer look at Thor. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Stormbreaker. If you notice, this Stormbreaker looks a little bit more metallic than this one. Not by a lot. Well, I don't know if it's about metallic, but there's a little bit of a difference. This one has that cheap-ass gray plastic that I hate, that is like damn near semi-translucent plastic. I hate it. It's the best thing they use to make silver out of plastic instead of painting it silver. But here, on this one, guess what? We get silver paint. But it's not even over the whole thing, so it's really throwing me off here. So if you look, see this section, middle section here? That's that cheap gray plastic that you see. See that bit there? That's the cheap gray plastic that you see. See that right there? The cheap gray plastic. So they painted certain parts of Stormbreaker, but not the whole damn thing. Why not just do the whole thing? The sculpt is there to show the detail. You could still paint the damn thing. But for whatever reason, they didn't. You think it would have been more difficult to only paint the certain sections instead of the whole damn thing? I don't get it. Just a weird choice, if you ask me. You just paint the whole thing silver. The whole thing. This one seems super flimsy. The other one just isn't as bad. I mean, it's super pliable, but this one just seems extra worse. I don't know what it is, but this is not how this should be. This should be a much more firm plastic. So unfortunately, if you could, as you could see, even over time, the little bit that I'm holding it like this, I could feel it starting to droop. So that's just kind of sucks. So I do not like the Stormbreaker. I wish they would do it a little bit better. Look, even the blade is super flimsy, pliable. Like it's just not good. It's unfortunate with this. So I would prefer better for Stormbreaker. But onto the good. This figure is awesome. Look at that Chris Hemsworth head sculpt. It looks really good straight on, but when you start to turn it, dude's got a hell of a jaw, right? I think they just overdid it a little bit. Again, straight on, looks good, but damn, the jaw just kind of looks kind of crazy. You can make out a little bit of a scar over his right eye there, which is pretty cool. That's movie accurate. But one thing that I don't understand is, how does he have two blue eyes? His right eye, where it was taken out by Hela, and then in Infinity War, he gets that robotic eye that's brown. But here he has two blue eyes, so either he got a new eye, or Rocket hooked him up or something, but he's got two blue eyes again. Looking at the hair, it looks pretty good. We actually got some sculpted braids in there. It's got a little bit of a ponytail there, but we get this nice wash over the whole thing that looks really good and brings out the details of the paint. You see that little shine in the hair? What is that? So there's just a little sparkle in there. I'm not sure what that's about. Just some kind of like glittery speck in there. That's kind of weird. But yeah, the face looks really good. Looking at the jacket, it's a Ravager's, reddish color they have there. I don't know if that logo means anything, but we get a nice little silver paint in there. The leather of the jacket looks really good. I like the sculpted texture into it. Came out really nice here for Thor. Looking at that logo, I'm not sure exactly what the logo. I don't know how many circles is that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 9 realms of Asgard. Is that the life tree or whatever it's called? I think we get some blue shading in there. But that looks really good. Came out nice and clean. We got this crazy gold belt buckle there, brown belt, leathery belt, so you can see the texture in it. Looks really good. And then his jeans, some sculpted line work in there, but it's got denim texture to it, so that looks really good. We have the boots there, but the yellow straps with that old, really classic look there. Pinless knees, of course, pinless elbows. But yeah, this Thor looks fantastic. Really, really like the way it looks. Now let's see how he moves. Okay, so Thor, his neck, his head is on a dumbbell joint, so not a lot of movement. So down is really not a whole lot, unfortunately. Up, not a whole lot, unfortunately, there either, but good pivot and full rotation. But the way the hair is sculpted around the shoulders, it kind of gets a little tough. I mean, you could do it in certain ways and look okay. The shoulders go up and out and up a little bit there. Full rotation, of course. Upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed elbow, and again, pinless elbow, so nice double joint there. Looks good. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. We got horizontal hinge on both hands there, and he could wield Stormbreaker on either hand, but the way this damn Mjolnir, I keep wanting to say that, I don't know why. The way the Stormbreaker is, it's very flimsy, and he can hold it in his hand, but even still, like when you get it into his hand, it just like kind of wants to kind of go, like it doesn't, you can only hold it in certain spots and then it'll kind of fall. So just a heads up on that. Have ab crunch, so we can crunch forward that far. You can crunch back quite a bit there. And then as you can see, there is a little bit of a breakup in the design of the tank top, but you have to kind of force it to show. Otherwise, they kept the design flowing together, so that looks pretty good. Waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart, which is really good. He can kick forward that far. The leg goes back a little bit. Upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed knee like so, which is really good. There is no boot swivel on this guy, though. No boot swivel. Foot hinges down. We get some hinge going up because the way they sculpted it, they allowed for the hinge to go up on the boot. Ankle pivot and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So really good articulation. But let's see if we can get that vest off. You know what, while we do the vest, what I'm gonna have to do anyway is pop off the head to really allow myself the range and space to get that vest off. But since, well, I have to pop the head off anyway, let's go ahead for this Thor look. We'll pop that head off of there. We're gonna pop this guy on there, and it fits perfectly on there, and that's a badass looking Thor right there. Okay, so starting to get the vest off. It's actually really easy. Super pliable vest, not very thick at all, just like the new capes have been. You could really kind of work around them and stuff, so that is pretty good. One thing I did notice here, we actually get some nice details on there. So we got a little gold button there on the collar on either side, so that is pretty good. But you can just kind of push it on back, get those arms back on the vest of Thor, as you can see, and then pull that vest off. And then here we just got a buffed ass looking Thor without a head. Let's get that head back and let's pop that on there. But one thing that's a little funky is the skin tone here of his pecs and his shoulders aren't quite a match. It looks a little weird seeing it in front of me, and then the shoulders seem a little too large based on the body. It's kind of funky, but I think we get a glimpse of him like this without the vest on in the teaser trailer. So I'm willing to bet that in the movie we might see him like this. You can kind of go for the different looks if that's what you want to do. Okay, so I busted out my Thor the Dark World Thor because I really like this head sculpt. We're gonna see if this guy kind of works out well. Damn, I didn't notice about this head. I don't remember this figure back then. Look at that, there was no hinge on the neck. Shit. I guess it wouldn't work with the long hair anyway. It can't do anything. So first we're going to try the blue and gold and see if this Thor head fits on there. And it does, but it sits really high on the neck. But certain angles it could probably work out really well. It might be a little small, but it kind of works. It pops on there, but again, really high on the neck. Okay, now let's see if it goes on to this guy. Let's see how it looks. It pops on there, but really high, so that kind of sucks. Okay, so now to see how this figure looks with other figures from the wave. So we have the fully armored Thor there, and it looks really good. Like the two figures are about the same size, so it could work out well. You know, the armor, the boots, he might be a little elevated, but they look really good size-wise. So there is the Thor figure. We'll place that kind of back there. Here we have the Mighty Thor Jane Foster figure, and I think the size difference between them is actually pretty good. No complaints there. We'll throw in Valkyrie there. And size comparison between them looks pretty good. Then we got Gore over here, and Gore is a lot shorter than the Thor as well. But the wave is looking really good. I am really happy with what we have gotten so far. I really like this Thor figure. It is a really good figure. I love the pinless elbows on there. The points of articulation all really works well. You get the options, remove the vest or keep the vest on. The head works nicely on that armored Thor figure. Look at that damn Jane Foster figure. I had a hell of a time getting it to stand earlier. We're just going to keep it out of the way there. But yes, a really nice looking Ravager Thor figure that's going to go really well with the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Star-Lord figure that we have in the wave, and the Groot figure that we have in the wave. Mantis is probably going to be the exact same from the other movies that she's wearing. I don't know that her suit's going to even be different whatsoever. So if you have the Mantis figure, it works well. If you have a Drax figure, you can add it in, no problem. Nebula, probably the one from Endgame. Did we get an Endgame Nebula? We didn't get an Endgame Nebula, did we? We only had the Nebula head from the Quantum Realm 2-pack, right? I have to go back and think now, but the movie figures are looking really well together, and I'm really excited. Really like this Thor figure, definitely one of the highlights from the wave. But you guys let me know down in the comments below your thoughts. What do you think of this Ravager Thor figure? What do you think of the Stormbreaker? Oh, look, I almost said Mjolnir again. The Stormbreaker accessory that I think is kind of a real big dud. Unfortunately, it just kind of sucks. I mean, it should just be so much better. I mean, I just wish it was more sturdy and everything, so I'm pretty disappointed with that. But the figure does not disappoint. The wave has not disappointed me yet, but you guys let me know all your thoughts. down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.